Somebody could be like a good person or an evil person, but still be extremely charismatic. That's exactly what Donald Trump has done to paint a picture of what the future could look like. All of this is driven by the charismatic leader themselves. It's the same thing with Tate.
And who would you say is the greatest speaker of our time currently?
Well, I think it's pretty undeniable that somebody like Andrew Tate, who blew up primarily using long form content just on the basis of his views and his manner of speech, I think it's pretty difficult to argue that he isn't an incredible speaker. Like him or love him, everybody was captured by him.
Why are they in a position of power? Why is Martin Luther King in a position of power? Why is Hitler in a position of power? Why is Andrew Tate in a position of power?
They have an incredible ability through the spoken word to paint a picture of what the future could look like. This is exactly what Trump has done, right? It's casting a vision of the future, making America great again, right? Or escaping the matrix, or a strong Germany, and Germany unified with Austria.
Yeah.
All of these people, they paint a picture or a vision for the future, and they have a vehicle to get there. So in the case of Martin Luther King, there is nonviolent resistance. In the case of Andrew Tate, there's his courses and his products. So you've got the vision for the future, the vehicle to get there, and then ultimately all of this is driven by the charismatic leader themselves, right? So there's no way about it. Like, the person themselves, charisma is like a neutral trait. Somebody could be like a good person or an evil person, but still be extremely charismatic. Right? It's undeniable that anybody that has changed the world, right, like negative people that we can think about from history, it's undeniable, even if they were evil, it's undeniable that they were charismatic. And they have this ability to paint a picture for the future and galvanize people around it. That framework. So we said a vision for the future, a vehicle to get there, and the charismatic leader. That's exactly what Donald Trump has done. He's studied this effect, right? And he has painted a vision for the future, right? Making America great again. He has his vehicle to get there. Before it was lock her up and build a wall. Now it's like Doge and the Department of Government Efficiency and deportations or whatever, right? And then the charismatic leader himself, he sounds just like me. He doesn't sound like politicians of old.
Yeah, true.
Right? And he's a millionaire, a billionaire, right? And he's got a model wife and all these sort of things.
Winner effect.
Okay, and it's the same thing with Tate. Right? Tate is that charismatic leader that young men look up to, and I think largely young men have been deprived of masculine role models. So when somebody does step in, and even if they're almost like a characterized version of that, right? If they're like even hyper masculine, almost like a cartoon version, right? 'Cause Tate's quite like that, right? He's really is like a WWE character, but people have been so deprived of that kind of messaging. And when you deprive young men of any sort of masculine role models or feelings of power, right, and strength, and you tell them that that stuff is toxic, you create a vacuum, right? And a vacuum does not exist in a state of nature. It will collapse in on itself. And Tate just tapped into that and rode it to crazy success.